When people think of military powerhouses, Italy isn't usually at the top of the list. You think of the United States, Russia, or China. Italy, most people picture pizza ovens, Vespas, and someone in a leather jacket yelling "Mamma Mia" at a Fiat that won't start. But behind the cliches lies something far more serious. Italy is quietly one of the most important military powers in the world today. And if that sounds like an overstatement, stick around, because the facts speak for themselves. Let's begin with geography, because in strategy, location is destiny. Italy sits right in the middle of the Mediterranean, the ancient superhighway of trade, culture, and conflict. To the north, it connects into Europe's heartland. To the south, North Africa and the unstable Sahel. To the west, the Atlantic via Spain and Gibraltar. From Rome, you're only a few hours away from Libya, the Middle East, or the Suez Canal. This makes Italy an irreplaceable springboard for NATO operations. If NATO were a pizza, Italy is the crust. Without it, the whole thing collapses in a greasy mess. And geography explains NATO's deep reliance on Italian soil. Bases like Aviano in the north and Sigonella in Sicily aren't just Italian assets. They're NATO's southern lifeline. Aviano hosts US fighter jets and even nuclear weapons storage. Sigonella, meanwhile, is one of the busiest drone and reconnaissance hubs in the entire alliance, watching over the Mediterranean, North Africa, and beyond. Think of Italy as the watchtower, the one keeping an eye on Europe's underbelly while everyone else looks east toward Russia. Without it, NATO's vision would be half blind. But Italy's role isn't limited to geography or bases. It's also about what it builds, because Italy doesn't just import weapons, it makes them. Companies like Leonardo and Fincantieri are heavyweights in the defense industry. Leonardo is a global leader in helicopters, radars, and avionics. Fincantieri? One of the largest shipbuilders on the planet, producing everything from luxury cruise ships to cutting-edge warships. And here's the twist. Italy isn't just arming itself, it's exporting to other NATO's allies, meaning it's quietly acting as an arsenal for Europe. When Italy isn't producing high fashion and sports cars, it's producing submarines and attack helicopters with about the same level of flair. Now, let's talk about where Italy really dominates. The Navy. The Italian Navy is one of the most capable in Europe. With 2 aircraft carriers, the Cavour and the brand new Trieste, Italy can project power far beyond its coastline. Few European countries can say the same. Then you add in their FREMM frigates, some of the most advanced warships afloat today. They're so good, the US Navy literally licensed the design for its own ships. And let's not forget Italy's submarines, small, silent, and lethal, among the best non-nuclear boats in service. The Mediterranean has been a naval chessboard since the Roman Empire. And today, Italy's fleet still commands the center of that board. If the Med were a runway, Italy's Navy would be strutting straight down it. Of course, no modern power projection works without the skies, and Italy's Air Force is one of Europe's strongest. They operate a large fleet of Eurofighter Typhoons, but the crown jewel is their F-35 program. Italy is not just a user, it's a producer. The assembly line at Cameri is one of only 2 outside the United States, building F-35s not just for Italy, but also for other countries. That means Italy isn't just buying into the future of stealth air power, they're helping make it. And when those jets take off, they integrate seamlessly with American and NATO squadrons. It's precision, it's high-tech, and yes, it's got that Italian elegance. But what about the boots on the ground? Italy's army may not be the largest in Europe, but it's professional, specialized, and highly adaptable. They've got modern mechanized brigades, a growing arsenal of armored vehicles, and specialized alpine troops who can fight in some of the harshest mountain terrain on Earth. And their special forces, units like Komsubin, Italy's naval commandos, and Kolmachen paratroopers are some of the best in NATO. These aren't conscripts, they're career professionals who've been tested in peacekeeping, counterinsurgency, and combat missions across the world. They might not boast the sheer numbers of other European armies, but what they bring to the table is versatility and quality. And this, by the way, ties directly into history. Italy's military identity is built on centuries of lessons. Rome literally defined the playbook for military organization in the Western world. The Renaissance brought us naval powers like Venice and Genoa, masters of maritime trade and warfare. And yes, World War II left Italy with a mixed reputation, but that's part of the story too. Modern Italy learned not to depend on sheer mass or brute force, but on strategy, alliances, and flexibility. The result is a force that's built to support NATO, to move quickly, and to adapt wherever it's needed. In other words, Italy took its history, both the triumphs and the mistakes, and turned it into a modern advantage. But Italy's importance doesn't stop at traditional forces. It's also a nuclear sharing country. Under NATO arrangements, US nuclear weapons are stored on Italian soil, ready to be deployed if needed. This makes Italy one of the select few nations directly tied into NATO's nuclear deterrent. So while Italy isn't a nuclear power in name, it is very much part of the nuclear club. Then there's Italy's role in peacekeeping and international missions. Italian troops have served from Lebanon to Afghanistan, often in difficult, politically sensitive operations. Italy has one of the largest contingents in UN peacekeeping, and its soldiers are often praised for their ability to diffuse tensions with a mix of professionalism and cultural sensitivity. It's hard to underestimate the value of having troops who can not only hold the line, but also win hearts and minds. And in the 21st century, warfare isn't just on land, sea, or air. It's in space and cyberspace. Italy has been investing in both. The Italian Space Agency partners with NATO and the EU on satellite projects, while Italian companies build key satellite tech. In cyberspace, Italy is part of NATO's cyber defense initiatives, working to protect infrastructure and communications from foreign attacks. It's not as visible as a carrier or a jet fighter, but it's every bit as vital in modern conflict. One more angle that rarely gets discussed is energy security. Europe's dependence on energy imports, especially natural gas from North Africa, flows right through Italy. Pipelines from Algeria and Libya terminate on Italian soil, making it not only a military hub, but also an energy crossroads. That adds another layer of strategic importance. Protecting Italy isn't just about defending Europe's borders, it's about keeping the lights on across the continent. So why does this all matter today? Because the Mediterranean is once again a hotspot. Migration flows from North Africa, instability in the Sahel, the ongoing chaos in the Middle East, and great power competition spilling into Africa. All of it passes through Italy's backyard. Without Italy standing guard, Europe would be far more vulnerable. NATO would lose its staging ground for southern operations, the US would lose its anchor in the region, and global trade through the Mediterranean could be threatened. Italy is the quiet shield that makes sure NATO can act across 3 continents at once. And here's the thing, Italy doesn't always get the credit. It isn't flashy like the US military. It doesn't talk tough like Russia. It doesn't throw around its weight like China. Instead, it plays the quiet role, reliable, consistent, and essential. The backbone that holds everything together. And if you think about it, that's very Italian. So next time someone dismisses Italy as just pizza, pasta, and hand gestures, remind them it's also one of the most important military powers in the world. And without Italy, the balance of global security would be a whole lot shakier.